Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for June 24th, 2025. We have several key stories to cover today. Firstly, tensions between the US and Iran continue to escalate after President Trump authorized a precision strike on Iranian nuclear sites. Lawmakers are debating the limits of presidential war powers, with some arguing that the president overstepped his authority by failing to seek congressional approval before launching the attack. In other news, NATO member states have reached a consensus on increasing their defense spending to 2% of their GDP, with an additional 1% allocated for security-related investments. This move is seen as a strategic response to the growing threat posed by Russia and other global security challenges. We're also following developments in the Middle East, where China's role in the region is becoming increasingly important. As we reported earlier, China's interests in the region are not limited to trade and energy, but also include a desire to expand its military presence and influence. Finally, the NATO summit is underway in The Hague, where leaders from the alliance's 30 member states are gathering to discuss key issues, including defense spending, cybersecurity, and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. We'll be keeping a close eye on the developments at the summit and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. We'll be back with more news and analysis after the break. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Good morning, I'm Barbara. Here's a brief summary of today's top now, for the latest in business and finance. Here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. We're starting the day with a roundup of the latest news from around the world. Firstly, in the Middle East, tensions are escalating between Israel and Iran, with significant implications for global markets. Oil prices have plummeted, and credit risk gauges are fluctuating wildly. Diplomats are urging restraint, but the prospects for a swift end to hostilities appears slim. In India, telecom giant Vodafone Idea is struggling to manage its finances due to mounting debt and losses. The company owes over $1.7 lakh crore to lenders and vendors and has approached the government seeking relief. This development has raised concerns among investors, employees, and customers about the company's long-term viability. Meanwhile, in other news, several companies are set to launch their initial public offerings in the coming weeks, including HDB Financial Services, Kalpataru, Ellenberry Industrial Gases, and Sambhav Steel Tubes. Investors are advised to carefully evaluate the prospects and risks associated with each issue before making investment decisions. And finally, turning to global markets, oil prices have taken a hit due to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. However, OPEC's decision to increase production has helped stabilize prices. As we navigate these complex market dynamics, remember our mantra: stay informed, stay vigilant, and always keep your portfolio diversified. That's all for now. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, in the world of astronomy, the NSF Du Rubin Observatory is set to revolutionize our understanding of the universe. This groundbreaking facility will capture more information about our cosmos than all optical telescopes throughout history combined, helping us unravel mysteries like dark matter and dark energy. In space exploration news, private astronaut Jared Isaacman has been passed over for the top spot at NASA. But he's not giving up on his vision for advancing space travel. Instead, he's funding private missions out of pocket, highlighting the growing role of private enterprise in pushing the boundaries of space research. And finally, in a surprising twist, celebrities are now investing in the cannabis industry at the genetic level, releasing branded seeds that reflect their personal style and commitment to quality. This trend is poised to revolutionize the way we think about cannabis cultivation and consumption, with iconic figures like Mike Tyson, Method Man, and Be Real partnering with renowned seed banks to bring high-quality genetics to the market. That's all for today's podcast. Tune in later for more in-depth coverage of these stories and other news from around the world. Thanks for listening. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we looked at the latest developments with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football team. No, actually. It was about the NBA trade between the Celtics and the Trailblazers, where Drew Holiday is heading to Portland. This move has significant implications for both teams as they navigate their respective rebuilds and roster adjustments. Secondly, we highlighted the remarkable story of Junior Camo, a beloved figure in his community, who continues to inspire young athletes with his dedication, perseverance, and passion for basketball. His legacy extends far beyond the court, and we're excited to see how his journey unfolds, particularly with his goal of walking his son onto the court on senior night. Lastly, we touched on other news from around the sports world, including the Athletics' new stadium in Las Vegas, Tyrese Halliburton's unfortunate injury, and the ongoing CBA negotiations in the WNBA negotiation. The Storm's Nneka Ogwumike is leading the charge for better compensation and benefits for players, and we'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it develops. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Remember, in the world of sports, nothing is ever certain, except for one thing: the drama, excitement, and intrigue that comes with every twist and turn. Until next time. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. Good morning, I'm Charles, and welcome to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Here's a brief summary of our top now for the latest in fashion and entertainment. Here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm your host, Joan. Let's dive right into the latest news and updates from the world of entertainment. First up, we've got some exciting news about Love Island USA. The show is heating up with a dramatic twist. New singles, aka bombshells, are arriving at both villas to test the Islanders' connections. We've got the scoop on who these new contestants are, and what we can expect from this shakeup. In movie news, Mahershala Ali is still committed to playing Blade, despite the project's tumultuous development process. The two-time Oscar winner is ready to sink his teeth into the role, and we're rooting for him. We'll keep you updated on any new developments with this highly anticipated film. And finally, a quick shout-out to Eric Dane, who's making a brave return to the red carpet after his ALS diagnosis. It's inspiring to see him continue working and pursuing his passion. Last but not least, we celebrated Lisa Marie Presley's life and legacy after her passing last week. She was an incredible talent, and her music will live on forever. That's all for now, folks. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Today, we're bringing you a brief summary of our recent stories. Firstly, we explored the fascinating world of conservation in India's Vidarbha forests, where Maruti Bhujangrao Chitampalli, a forest officer, spent decades learning from nature and the local community. His remarkable work in shaping protected areas, writing books in Marathi, and introducing new terms to the language has left a lasting impact on conservation efforts. We also delved into the innovative world of technology, where a new app called Saving Face is being used to track and identify endangered species, such as the humphead wrasse. This cutting-edge tool has the potential to revolutionize marine conservation by providing a reliable means of monitoring individual fish and curbing the illegal trade. Lastly, we took our listeners on a journey to India's forests, where we discovered the incredible story of Maruti Bhujangrao Chitampalli, who dedicated his life to listening to the language of birds, trees, and people. His remarkable legacy serves as a reminder of the importance of patience, observation, and respect for the natural world. These stories highlight the complex relationships between humans and nature, and the need for empathy, understanding, and cooperation in our efforts to preserve the beauty and wonder of our planet. Tune in tomorrow for more inspiring stories and updates from the world of conservation and beyond. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.